Hey guys, this is the Mad Professor talking to you from Erbil, Iraq, and just taking my dogs for a walk in a parking lot because it's raining. And just to give you local news, so because of this strange ceasefire agreement, um, people here seem to think that problems are over. The price of the dollar is going down because people are no longer maybe as panicked about having to flee. Obviously, you don't want to flee with Iraqi dinar in your pocket. You want to have dollars in your pocket. So the price of the dollar has gone up during this last month and a half that we've been in a shooting battle with Iran. But as you probably know, they're meeting in Islamabad. The United States sent three completely incompetent people who have no idea what they're doing. VP Vance, so I guess at least has the credentials, or at least the official position to represent the United States. And then Jared Kushner and this guy named Steve Witkoff, who are real estate agents or brokers, or at least claim to be, and basically have been going around the Middle East extorting countries to pay them and the Trump family huge amounts of money in exchange for promises of protection that, of course, have not happened. So, in this peace agreement, or the ceasefire at least, as you probably know, Donald Trump just essentially agreed to the Iranian conditions that give Iran everything they want. So we don't know, or nobody knows. It's not clear. Was this a mistake? Did Donald Trump just not understand what he was agreeing to? He agreed to everything we're opposed to. The entire purpose of the war supposedly was to stop them from producing uranium or enriching uranium, and the ceasefire agreement allows them to continue producing or enriching uranium. It also gives them the power to collect uh, fees, transit fees in the Hormuz Strait. So the strait is not going to be open, it will be open for business. And the Iranians will collect that. And every other condition were Iranian conditions that favor. There's nothing in it for the United States purports at all. So why did he agree? Is he just incompetent? Is he stupid? Well, is he crazy? Um, and here's my take. My take is that basically Trump was so desperate to get a ceasefire. He basically agreed to the Iranian conditions so that they would not be able to deny him a ceasefire. He's still having a problem with Lebanon, right? The Israelis are still continuing to attack Lebanon. But even he's put pressure on the Israelis. And my suspicion that in his brain, his reptile brain, he thinks that he's fooling the Iranians because, of course, Trump is not interested in peace. He just wants a breathing space to rearm uh, his allies in the Middle East. As we speak, they're shipping, flying over hundreds and hundreds of interceptors and missiles. And no, I don't have any secret information that tells me that, just pure logic, right? And the fact that there are planes flying in full and leaving empty. They're not doing anything else but restocking for the war. So I don't think there is any sincerity at all on the part of the United States in these negotiations that they're taking place. On the other hand, are the Iranians stupid? Do they think there's any sincerity? Do they benefit from a ceasefire? I think they do because it will give them the high ground when it's clear that the United States is not sincere. And it will show their people that they are at least trying. So it may make them look better at home. And believe me, I have no love for the Iranian regime. These people are killers. They had no problem massacring 30,000 people, of their own citizens who were protesting. Right? But on the other hand, they're getting the high ground. They were attacked during the process of negotiations. Now they got Trump to beg for a ceasefire, beg like a dog for a ceasefire. And at the end of whatever happens in Islamabad, my guess is that Trump's going to attack again, maybe in the middle of negotiations. Maybe maybe, who knows, maybe the Israelis themselves will blow up the hotel in Islamabad and kill everybody. Because that's what they do. They've done it several times before, blowing up, encouraging people to go to negotiations and then blowing them up. Right? They've done that to the Iranians before. And I don't think Donald Trump would care that much if J.D. Vance and Usha and Jared and Steve Witkoff get blown up. I don't think he'll care. But if I'm the Iranians, I'd have the negotiations in a very deep bunker. Not that you can probably do much to protect yourself against the Israelis. So with that said, I think I've walked these dogs enough. You guys had enough? And I don't know if you can hear anything from all the sounds of car washing and so on. So I'm just going to sign off and be back to you maybe in a couple days. You have a good day. Bye.